This is a Swiss mugo pine collected by Peter Thaler, who was one of the biggest collectors in Europe, in Switzerland. He collected this tree about 20 years ago, and it had this trunk here was here. So he spent 15 years of bringing this trunk all over here, just by folding it closer and closer, and he developed the crown. And then, for some reason, a few years ago, he lost interest, and I was so lucky to find this tree in this state recently, and it found its way to my garden, and now I own it, and I will keep it. And I thought it's a good idea to do a demonstration here. So what will happen here? I think we will have to bring out what is best in this tree. Now, at the moment, it is all a big crown, which is not very good, and big and draws all the attention. I think it's much more important to see what's really good. You see that? You see this thing here? Enhance this and make a small crown, which looks fine, but it's so small that you don't look at the crown, you look more at this here. And this is the main thing. So I will take off at least 70% of all that green. I will make it much shorter, like at least cutting this here, or making a top chin, maybe down to here. And I will cut out this branch and this branch and this one, so that you can see into the tree. And I will tilt it like this. And now you see it has an interesting nebari, but that will not fit into any normal pot. So the idea is to put it in an abnormal pot, mainly a rock, a slab. Okay, so
all right.
That's what I will do.
Thanks, Walter.
Was jetzt noch stört, sind diese beiden Äste, die könnte ich jetzt wegschneiden. is really in the way. Understand? So I've now made my decision. Please cut it off and chin it a bit. Make a short little chin, and then you fix the wire here, and then we see it from there. Okay? After my students Andrija and Thomas have done all the work wiring that tree and cleaning the dead wood, I had the fun part to do the setting. The setting takes the least time, but it's the most important, of course, for the final quality of the tree. Now the setting up has to go with the character of the tree, and with the character of the trunk I can afford to have a little bent, more bent branches than normal, because that whole trunk is more bent, more crooked than a normal tree. It would be silly to have straight branches like some people do. The other thing is that I try to make this look almost like a cascade branch. It's not by accident, it's on purpose. This is a cascade which is starting here, and that's how you have to see these. It's not just one flat branch that's bent down, but it's a branch, a thick branch, which then has smaller branches and smaller levels coming from it, like you would do on a cascade. And that's the whole thing. So everything goes a bit to this side. It's not quite windswept. It's sort of like growing into the light, meaning maybe there is a rock or another big tree growing, taking away the light of the tree, so everything grows out there. Now the whole tree is now, at the moment, really hanging like you think is falling over. That's on purpose, because I want a dramatic tree. However, if you leave it like this, that would not be a good idea. Coming back to my original drawing, I want a slab coming from here, going out here, slab ends here, and that gives it optical stability. So you have the feeling that the tree, while it's doing this, it's stable. Okay, so this is very important. And then it's a dramatic tree. Now, it does look good to me from all sides, especially, of course, to look at the trunk. This is a bit of a problem area because it's a bit straight. In the long run, I'm going to do some shari here, and that shows the front at the moment to hide this a bit, camouflaging some branches, but later on maybe we even want to show it. If you turn this tree around, you will see that it also has another interesting side, quite surprising now. And what usually a phenomenon that happens, that I all the time start the tree from the front. And then I turn it around, and all of a sudden I see, oh wow, there's another tree in there. Of course, things are going there, so this is not really a good front, but it could easily be turning this. So this is only the beginning. So if you are not satisfied with this, come back in 5 years. One thing that I will not